My name is Crystal Martinez, and I just was released from Logan Correctional Center after doing 2 years and 9 months.
My name's Nevaeh Martinez. I'm 14 years old. My mom, she takes care of me and my siblings, and she loves us so much and makes sure we know that she loves us.
With respect to Crystal, she's an amazing person. One of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Always just trying to help people, which is what got her into the circumstance that she got into.
And everybody always tells me, Crystal, you should have mind your own business. And you know what I say? What if she would have been me? What if she was someone you loved? She's still a human being. She's just trapped like I was trapped.
This is a person who really needed help, who went through unspeakable background that was horrific, and nobody had really given her case the time of day.
We've been working for many years around the issues of what happens when we change a penalty for a crime, what happens to the last person sentenced under that law, and really came upon this distinct subset of folks who deserve this attention first and foremost, and that is criminalized survivors of gender-based violence. We want to make sure we're reaching the people who need relief, and we're going to keep fighting until we do. And honestly, the motivation is to undo one of the greater injustices in our criminal justice system, which is, criminalizing people for surviving.
This is a particularly deeper conversation that says how much does pain and trauma impact the behavior of a survivor, and how we need to make sure that we give grace and resources to people who've gone through that pain and trauma. For decades, we fundamentally failed at actually providing safety for survivors, and you actually have to sit with it and think about where it comes from at the root. This act is coming from the heart of the survivor community.
None of this would have been possible without the team. Everyone was there pulling really late nights, practicing outlines, preparing a presentation. And the team extends, of course, to Ascend Justice. Alexis Mansfield, the way she treats a case, it's like it's her only one. Mary Kate as well. They gave everything for it, showed up, came to the hearings, helped us with strategy.
Kirkland and Ellis and Ascend Justice has moved mountains. Ascend Justice makes sure that our parenting isn't ended just because we're incarcerated. I would never been able to see my kids. It's just those little things that speaks volumes of Ascend Justice and the fabulous people behind the scenes.
When you have an organization like Ascend that's got this laser focus, that's doing the work in a really thoughtful way, you're going to get surgical focus on a problem to make sure that we're reaching the people that need us most. This is as close to the ground as you can get in terms of meaningful policy answering real problems. Whenever Ascend comes to me, the answer is yes.
It is wild how thoroughly prepared everybody from Ascend Justice is. It reduces my anxiety knowing that I have an advocate who's that committed and that prepared. And you almost see a sort of militancy for the survivor that is it's warming. It's coming from such a deep place of love. I saw that in court with Crystal's case, and so I'm very grateful for Ascend Justice.
Crystal was sentenced to 8 years. We were asking for 6, and I think the amount that was at risk was up to 30. So it was very stressful, but we were comfortable with our case. We were very well prepared and believed in the case. And we were thrilled with the result.
The day that I actually went to court and I seen the rows of different beautiful faces smiling and looking at me intently, and I was just looking around, I was like, oh my God, is this real? Because I never had that many people show out for little old me. And that was the very first time in a long time that I felt important. Ascend Justice made that happen.
It was incredibly powerful. There was an electricity in the room. Hearing Crystal give her testimony, you could have heard a pin drop, even though it was standing room only in this tiny little fishbowl of a courtroom. She was delivering her message, not just to the judge, but to all of us.
I've never seen a courtroom that packed before in my life, in my career. And that's a testament to who Crystal is and what her community thinks about her.
I was really nervous before I walked in. Like, I was shaking. I was telling my grandma that I was not ready for it. And she was like, no, you got it. You're helping your mom. And that's all I just kept on thinking, like, this is gonna help my mom. This is gonna help my mom. And that helped me go up and talk. I read my I Am poem that I made at school.
There wasn't a dry eye in the room.
I am afraid. I wonder if my mom's okay. I hear her cries. I see her in pain. I want her home. I am afraid. I pretend I am okay. I feel worries. I touch her belongings to feel her presence. I worry she'll change. I cry for my mom. I am afraid. I understand it's only for a little while. I say she'll be back soon. I dream of the day she's free. I try to fill the void. I hope my mom will be okay. I am afraid.
I'm so happy to have you back, Apple. I love you with all my heart.
I love you too.
The best moment was Crystal got to have her day in court. She got to tell her story and what she was going to do when she got out. And I'm just glad that she's going to be doing them 2 years earlier.
We were just all happy knowing that she was coming home soon.
Frankly, as a survivor myself, I'm all too aware of how hard it is to move on, and this one is so core to my heart. So every tool I can possibly put in place to give folks that chance, I'm gonna do. There are folks inside who know that there's somebody out here fighting for them, and that might be the first time in their lives they've ever had that feeling. That's the impact.
It was one of the most important cases, I think, well, certainly of my career. Fighting for 2 years, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 2 years back with her children.
Everything that I've been through, it's a blessing in disguise. Because now I have my voice back. All I need is one person to believe in me.
So many of the problems we come up against are because folks are taking almost anyone else's word over the word of a survivor. If we could only just believe survivors, we probably wouldn't have to propose a lot of these laws.
There's truly a systemic disparity here on who has a voice within the criminal legal system. If you're a person of color, you are generally more likely to be ignored.
80 to 85% of women who are incarcerated have underwent some form of domestic violence. It is great to give these women a platform to tell their story, and that's sometimes the very first time they've ever told that story.
What I am looking forward to is having my name stand for something. I want to help women be heard.
If you're a community member, join an organization, whether it's giving a little bit of money, whether it's giving time, building relationships. I think that's the most important thing folks can do is building relationships.
I want to thank Ascend for their partnership over the years, for their incredible dedication to the people we serve. And I want to thank everybody who supports Ascend and makes it possible for me to benefit from their expertise in our lawmaking work.
None of this happens without everybody's efforts. Most of all, I'd like to thank Crystal for giving us the opportunity to represent her. Thank you for being brave and being able to tell your story.
I woke up today and I'm so grateful. Because of Ascend Justice, I am so in debt to their generosity, their hearts, everything that they've done for me, everything that they stand for. All their names mean so much in that prison, like they're guardian angels. They give you hope while you're behind those bars.